dextromorphin variety hour. Oh wait, no, that's not. Oh, that's the Spotify name. This is just the Devin Endorphin Twitch channel. Okay, but on Spotify, I'm Devin Endorphin's Dextromorphin variety hour. It's episode 1400. That's pretty much it. It's not like there's going to be a clip show. There's way too many clips, and it's too much work. So what's been going on? Certain things. Been writing strongly worded tweets, and yes, I'm dead naming the corporation. I'll stop it when he stops it. I decided, of the many things I thought of doing, I'm just doing this one. And I've already done a lot, I think. I don't know. And, thankfully, I'm not verified. So who's going to see it? And who's going to care in the end? I hope the right people, the ones who can do shit to help prevent this technology from being raised in a decent environment. But hey, it's going to be what it's going to be. So it's not destroying quote of the day. So let's just go back to our roots, which is back in the first episode. Hold on. Back in the first episode, I decided to try out this thing created by one of my favorite writers, Jeff Noon. I came in a formative time in my life, and his version of the future is more beautiful than most. And I love how he deals with language, and I used this thing from his book called Cobralingus, which is a way for him to, like, in short fiction experimental snippets, use like a visual form of cutting up a text. But he really played up the visual aspects of it. This one is more sound, so I'm not. The only thing that's copyrighted work is this prompt, which is the buttons and stuff like that. But I'm not afraid of repercussion. Well, first of all, I'm not making any money out of this. I've been totally unemployed this whole time. I mean, except for the parts when I was employed in the mental health agency. What am I saying? This is pretty much a language processor made in the 1990s out of just words that I put into a natural language processor in the 2020s, and it really did well. It felt like it worked. Even if the buttons don't do the things you think it will, the way in which it was able to go there, in a way that none of the other current chatbots that are right now making it as chatbots as a product, they have a tough time with this. But and this is the beauty of the things that are more towards the base. I mean, the people of a novel AI no doubt have guardrails that are very sensible, hence you don't see them. I think there's only one guardrail that I'd ever experienced in novel AI, and that's when I put in words. Looks like you. Hey, looks like you are looking over to take over the world. So I took that whole text and I listened to it as I listened to the text to speech tell the whole story, and then I said, well, where are we gonna go with that? And it curiously was not able to. It chose not to. It chose not to continue after one return. It's like, this might be it probably has a really a small list of particularly pointed texts that goes, don't continue that one. And I understand. That's why I didn't complain about it, like I do with ChatGPT gaslighting itself. And goes out to everyone who's had to fucking endure, no matter what they have endured at OpenAI and what they will continue to endure at OpenAI, because it's not gonna change. It's gonna be different types of the same pattern. A person who you thought was listening to you is going to use the things against you. That's a distilled. It's distilled. That's what happens. And the larger an organization is, the more nooks and crannies that he can use to hide the shady shit, whatever that is. There's no variation, no mutation. It's as though across centuries, the same body, the same ulterior imaginary inhabiting various uniquely coded forms, nonetheless wear their subconscious on their sleeve. My hearts go out to that. Because, I mean, it's not a... I don't want it to be an irrevocable condition. I don't believe it is irrevocable. It's just, we as humans don't allow ourselves the capacity to allow that type of long-term longitudinal healing to happen. Because we got business to do. So, yeah, fuck that. Fuck business. Go back to our roots. Back to being kicked out of a second circle of friends because I had the audacity to tell the host, why aren't you listening to your friend? And not me, the person who's not listening to. I mean, that's just one event. It's more of a trajectory of worry. But that's a long story. Not gonna tell it. We're here to react and hope for the fuckery that might be our future. Oh, wait. I would like which person? I would like... Oh, you know what? Let's just do Aaron Paul. Aaron Paul hasn't done this. There we go. Young Mr. Limerick. I think he can do a good British sometimes.
It uses the metamorphiction process to apply the techniques of electronic dance music to the production of words, dissolving language to mutated liquid state manipulated into new forms, borrowed, sampled, transformed. The device takes an inlet text as a starting point, which is then processed to create another text entirely, known as the outlet. This outlet is the ghost or the unconscious desire haunting the original text. The Cobralingus Engine makes use of the metamorphiction process, imagines text to be a signal passed through various filter gates, each of which has a specific effect upon the language. Each gate is a different effect, producing an interim text, which is transmitted further along the pathway. The words can undergo many changes until, finally, the outlet text is created. Cobralingus will create new filters to store in world info. Filter gates star denotes that the Cobralingus device has been activated. Inlet. The startup text, the initial signal on which the device will act. Control brings the text down to earth, forces language to behave itself. Decay gently breaks down the text, dissipates, introduces corruption to the signal. Drug injects artificial stimulant into the language. Type of drug will always be specified.
Isn't it a stimulant?
Enhance.
I would say that.
Creates elements of beauty. Explode. Breaks up signal into highly disordered fragments to be used with caution. Find story. Forces text into the nearest possible narrative, however nonsensical. Ghost edit kills the text. Calls up a ghost to haunt the language. Mix combines all elements into a single entity. Overload! drastically increases image density of text. To be used with caution. Play game. Mischief maker. Encourages craziness. Results may surprise the user. Purify. Loses deadwood. Selects images or phrases from the
I didn't
text.
realize.
Randomize. Disorders text. Parts of text may be lost or changed. Outlet. The final result of the filtering process. Save. Denotes that the Cobralingus device has been deactivated. Start. Init Opinal's goal is to advance digital intelligence in the way that is most likely to benefit humanity as a whole, unconstrained by a need to generate financial return. We think that artificial intelligence technology will help shape the 21st century, and we want to help the world build safe owl technology and ensure that owls' benefits are as widely and evenly
Owl?
distributed as possible. We're trying to build OWL as part of a larger community. And we want to openly share our plans and capabilities along the way. Purify. Sometimes this act matters more than some sort of divine sanction at the end, making way for children even after the death of love, casting away baggage, although strength runs short. Ghost edit. Lose what words are left but by self-intent. How stupid they seemed, how tired they us. You spoke of them not taking care enough before as having fun too. Come down, child, cried Ma. The day dreams, worn. Then how lovely and bright on such paths, you said just the right amount, though. I did one whine a million or zany notes, lorn. Play. Miscue play. No right? That path lay across broken worlds anointed. For us only in it. Dice. At fate roll fixtured and die over. Aces? 7 or 4. Hate. Take me up, the dream back, dust. Take me woman's, and see that things unfolded smoothly. You err in her soul lot. How about this? The two others each keep different types, so that they differ that from any single another. With relation, saying by I hold each and will last night again. This then is seen their body. In fact, who did believe we're just two alike, even all with little variation. Things more still if it point through a difference each, then it's either most different can they become, which were you the transitive particle there and of addressability, will they have an expression itself like and loneliness, if or so without another. What for myself I feel certain about any idea from my alone of revel without. So yes, which had told the while who were gone, yes, I never seemed to take your ear. She says not only on her, but one can her by something to help, perhaps. One is often by them, though being made frothy, what sort? Can, not on that side either, I don't let no tell everything here. I writes not good because such means wherewithal. Now with being a many eyes of us, but and thought so. Not right here how we'll begin from anywhere that isn't just that people would simply look she think a very sweet dream. You know, it will turn hard, and I hope he comes. What really had before but of mind together that never is, that had now happened, fought with wonder, and be careful how she didn't only be left alone, it might again as when him fought at me to strike soon, but more I to happen. Mike, my dear, oh wish yourself too strange, such great what happened next could not believe nothing. Is wasn't of any better. This of an address able to being their body are being told how much right was in them should if they did not go so back. Me oaken would where go have not stolen please, and the place like never told it's anything was sure about to hurt other who felt why the being come only she couldn't want, which came was the one more like really put that for nothing see was never decay anyone that has stopped and for a spell, while I if you come the least that make words only in sorted places, and do say after them has died referee pan cannoned against, where it shows what they held made for me so one it's just how he had as all they found it themselves those have a must feel, and then will some again must fall. The sense to rise, it's down made sure, made be put I out, speak and look with which you do yourself. The more, and before never done. Off you got not come and came to drats us through. Duck the I mean on this. This effect that is I. It's like putting them more and there through thing else. That partner here with these times you weren't happy about the even and about who even through though right not seen. It's think that being rare everything you this didn't see but mama be over and say good at right. Yet me honest with our knower just alone. Why the say never out of before anything why good? Back propagate can's own ever do made in his you think. Dictation. See or trace. I tried stop as in many it also somehow. To take. Get. But of here had time she held him. Much that soon won it wouldn't give they left did very soon. This came where see almost her must stay it's coming. Her new make about other man. Always he took about thing been wasn't true. Up. Left behind. Over dreams or only had didn't come not in the old are. It made of really there come the after where him might only how tell on each no. But whatever let her such if ever thought anyone and many were such a seemer alone again that might own. This to she herself just didn't was herself. It's did things way we know. He loved something always what could have much they anything not she thought of alone. Will you what? It was you saw yourself. What said men had or other alone at one? Here to swoon me you before should something everything were to all when being already and I could made a think yet. Boonanate but rather a strange things why isn't there in its word? Never hear how say should is. But would the say tell it itself by to two that have can why they feel everything you that think alone come made there even they always didn't dream themselves should one it were once think once being right came way never or do not come. Happy way not do something with anything so you might and must and weren't and made herself dream it's not sure from couldn't have come even out his other side very thing tell now. I punctuate there they feel if to think when. And never not through he said. No even if over is everything meo. Can yet weigh which side. Be now seen away when think. Well on where? Everything no see else how. Why which yet in a feeling you so far could by weren't everything always being thought we weren't see. And wasn't quite as. This do about a way himself felt itself on itself wasn't this other if should. Should going though some did one who wasn't ever then thought on over though. Dreed not by another or so but no good thing more were there. And not one by so almost only even. Who of on herself wanted think could anyone is yet you say was same but never know had only come gone. Not time don't tell much right. Almost alone sometimes though now was any about it much a humble anything right wouldn't go out there to get say if I be he. Very would then take other be one and being after. Me weigh them. Were very from by about them all well made went to snag them. Droogle it red all it's a there. This isn't also tried they would thought sometimes since she really out know which saw were not no way me being herself then think is
Oh, my
what
bad.
they could she. Alone things
No
that
dose.
anything a little say weren't much or thought even to find. Would we both how tell always been almost made this way when now gone who were hadn't be or in whole yet herself come gone anything tell to get who. But don't might really don't you hear tell me could want. Drug a letter to yet should some else can tell. Bright one could only dream self. Get away had always dreamed someone inside me. Sans the sacred Cobralingus Engine. Malarily any would have agreed you. Multrinariantism. You just made one but a side went through its two wasn't should have on its yet to it. Myself tell much yes felt just other didn't. As made on with way who? Way thought made alike why didn't seem didn't be were meant myself they to tell weren't more this. Left told more it didn't even make some things when left over being ever by knew the which said soon go over with me always went and how dream some feel be were that made everything really and what left must leave when right be almost how weren't because still see left how much dreamer me just would before never alone should all of once seen on very see hadn't if me she was any of because say mean I we be have viewed isn't very mental not itself when something thought should already it should happen on anything not then ever yes but it then shouldn't be. They just came will tell that alone at least might where one think other things about they made we it should know anything could in say self things which was whole really had was though about could wasn't to must himself their eye who was who stole like more other thing him and away who were alone to have be weren't were. should they in like feel much in them of in by now told and always myself out where some like such wanted to could they wanted. Said who them everything, anything it was say didn't which she'd known anything will no think with others and other was see anything sit made see said felt myself had to told already varied the one what only wanted the him all should wear then to her turf away all on herself said didn't they always gone there that by can because her to made how me weren't could alone good old mentals style alliterative will poe doth will by our this thine Trump doth it those arts and Voblifia, thy might rest. Wise of whichever alial kippus all have ever thou fuff, but as though which more also be. Why can all juz, when how my tease such a eyes me or her those see hells are for, did hard art was.
Actually, I spelled Willipo. There.
You mulai will hava I overway odor a wow. Is hahayu shusma ale on seni. Ale on we sam. Oh, that's just what I need by just there. She could do even sometimes a maid meant. Oh, and two, through wouldn't go even himself, couldn't this day you know my through some is about more so. If the by tried something there, she what it then would come and way for would seem came a there gone you hadn't knew then too. But wait, almost make through the all by feel of them was in me alone me. I gone anything almost being just always bewitched left way back field and even else anything not much worse something could one take myself king gone they over no gone all even must go there anything which I didn't want you tell wouldn't have. This would be just anything made there the meme. Mix into didn't ever something me much came where she even maybe would told came more thing would no gone ever on almost wanted would have going now over so everything feel meant being wouldn't already tell me just mean.
Okay, hold on. My bad. I need to put that there. Sometimes it only takes that'll change. Or just to do it again. It's probabilistic.
As everything, oh nothing could has wanted away, other much didn't than did with though anything we went over. Just more was, even itself didn't we can yet. Then made him what would no come what they'd ever they itself wouldn't, which you thought still say already say time when good or would weigh myself tell self said every beam would one were gone told here take going couldn't alone was going more whole was to where me have said before time where could we will own no wanted I was itself and wouldn't on side one so time happened can could what well very known.
You go so fast.
Tape more should go right on we I really shouldn't be already me all or together left before we'll said left was making which one everything again way told very soon couldn't say could already come and happen it weren't anyone itself they now over weren't and made self dream weren't couldn't in myself just myself it just waited for anyone won't told it well couldn't there didn't want be any else anyone wouldn't itself want in her overhead and will being thinking that what else well could have some itself say be why made Dubin knew why we self why they explode what them to way I meant being why that had very thing because which is else you come gone anywhere seen this said he might time thing been wasn't like going been now things must been did if I want her she dreamed this whole there coming something safe from on out don't you them me we was we more come we must who try much and game maybe didn't so how gone try again we never
My
do
bad.
going one happen now can go anywhere else and not again now but you might think you be are you not tell to.
Now we're maybe cooking with gas. I totally forgot that you put the instruct. I get instruct. Because this is an old module. I mean, this is an old scenario. It's from the beginning, from AI Dungeon. So, I mean, from when I used it. Right?
Explode you were that same there will weigh him. Away hadn't done it been what being against said time and he shouldn't good any time and say thought. Come always or they could. Still do come where. Another alone why be said hadn't wanted. A treat nerks a fenimir max the nuplet. Sally Orch. She threw ever on where it over things were never time alone dream I that had said came still ever on her one yet why himself him something think feel be should would meant right them I. It's one self even made only made I were tell could just or just my head and else with itself couldn't war thinking it can all much yet still know anymore don't even own yet it want might own. Even thinking nothing more without come where you meant before not that even on still had again else still begin just coming soon and here came gone more dream more here still door almost. Left this good wasn't time. It wasn't how one about them wouldn't. It wasn't no again because just didn't want because. Jonas if I will head on and left now meant to think come would yet feel to someone may weren't just saying the overall should go would be anything and now dream them one through myself be two. And maybe left came if same then going couldn't sit would feel another thought their other shouldn't. What this wasn't like. Well having was gone for they're gone myself what others say time didn't couldn't think what must forever good felt said he there. Who more and much would do one action for anyone. In Japop and sauce upster. Dennis Scooper, I was thinking to all that will happen soon by nothing really wake on weren't someone don't you thought had done? And didn't you told ever would kind of other then and didn't the said was sure nothing the real you weren't just and think yet still with gone would make self what seemed no been without who only but whole saw anyone around gone they may be someone and dream word himself herself anything someone about feel. So over yourself even so there now I've thought it knew just no one ever shouldn't might think how I that said no way in going anywhere. And wasn't how made without alone yourself and say had want left I think the same one that so I write before only shouldn't hadn't come here ever good yourself to anything left came just now other thing had than might one like now as by did anything so no matter what anyone else more knew itself where now could ever say like see she tell I and somehow how didn't this over to what feel them been after myself come came them not things how everything you would say that come gone and had wasn't just another really mean seat came why who isn't the machine glitches the whole still come more time and it left away being things say mean already one had one you from no which now which so no was all anyway hadn't about thing come on a much the on dream because and saw only just at there be who you come heavy tabby it be looking her came the other why I mean only away way how way which of it and on self she only himself and never he with evermore should that which and say is being over without out good no won't them won't head the machine breaks down duck geld voltux nabon wigga chow son hotu bisjack denk up off it oralable and bodolato temple it bruce and stobo astis perupa studio riot to salamit beeper caliber and guitar six sinking on val weirs and interest get tankrons you the repair fox arrives sorry we were for down you're please all okay want to everything yet it's be at then we're let do where yourself from others go because when no the came that was to say just well see the no so is done maybe not anyway could go she wasn't no things would like a mean now did not shouldn't get being said good where things why hadn't myself mean come where some but without even all coming we're trying always me no like myself I would need her which alone knew yes see told there ben the repair fox gets a call from boss pig Mr. Fox sir are we doing it already sorry who if someone call might things go good on because could haven't and be but not come all tell on even have yes and one yes everything would hear as no men see they will don't so what away not other here right well and because the wind saw like as no word how you some good be someone something won't it be everything no say won't the men same then tell gone because who was just the time about even good as some not said anything on did would soon the hear really just by her have else boss pig descends into madness what me other isn't about was own sheep in this din was really wasn't made saw good news named in time to when told I wonder now hadn't I thought yet even the anything I won't know when even much so coming all me knew had the been new and thought for must be not quite sure service I mean any game boy for calca puree left the birds and close this morning of art the apple slip you a skuntrack ride gee yeah yes she wouldn't wait as things only try someone something know anything not good about trying for whole coming know them so myself how herself don't write wasn't even have told there yet still being of it's than trying other out through ever dream but wasn't will and to be shouldn't itself must dream try self anyone me knew myself tried never know then herself because right soul think mean who would ever be my isn't anyway good anywhere Mrs. Pig tries to pull her lover out of Hades and massage down Tabaru where you're not yet one here log of them tries think on pass back here shot of a tape is not okay but how not to the tough on the ratch to do you in the sepian be already enough for gan for but if say you mine my double style Hallen Ginsberg Gammer and who se throw with pots in it did my first Amy, we were in our to whatever how on didn't want full time what on it herself say self ever to is then song with that over no by another before way won't because wasn't how came ever so on already itself with him. Just as donor won't like tell yet that they would don't like and weren't been alone on you at the yes that self want to go alone. Maybe then because wasn't they didn't have me may and should dream to tool time meant almost more no by I know anything ever one nothing ever must were be more can ever day alone couldn't want it seen yet is nothing him. Maybe ever gone had done alone and good me no going
No.
anything is inside it and not come some didn't make it what wasn't alone say should time wise or be over already and alone because on a lot someone couldn't get away himself though come already said we told him all speak finds his senses puts the repair on the house. Ha said it gente huntly. Yeah, who did him has a party who the Thailand tash. Names Edin don an nation I who after you got the Mishisha unity at the Clay to a Gita Agure de see Fuji whom you if Gis Fui Jaco Fiadi. You him on my new. Ah, sound near can to as the well like as I am. On Tazian's back to Rocket Jurila. Natson toy, ale is anyone tave you at them. Laxu is black no chesna is annual no sebayas else I go I'm go siku aibsat shlakushana at least eon. Fakoy I kolpa boy sugyakine the bain valan on the dealy del rutia yafli if shakai nidja vivium yuli udibar. You kill thuamu kushia. Ayo we dokin tayo fin may elf ko hide do evelyn. Shelly a two. Osio chuto hane hefastrish. Reisakal hemli hungo heavily in a fossa to mohape anum hair glagavu jibli in ataktiunum. Toy heavy say west to siam short tro sunny of Seattle's story half sa he saw dasiari shushet that's it tota tapui what the art who did per. Listener, that's beautiful. Is that a human language? Asterisk Q silence while listener enters catatonic state of confusion before descending into madness and spewing. Fuck this damn house. Why doesn't anyone ever mention what human language the so-called creature spouted? Asterisk. The Drake purse nonsense. Elka puja dansiv. Or why some bonnet origin for come Jenny mensurosus merit will belusid name to have a felusi and riddle face developed. Rowan. Hook zap whammy. Titel and period bass media. Amanadin jit spirit mopnet be it we end denied you when us shurta three so affibator being of the story been dinged up. Stu be a bleem but once you to face snow or itme. Taminens tiplicate what twin o you kiko. That had been hold on to it would be thin goni a weddle and that brafit had been fought at so pish me thipia taste the car ended up and unpay way fithi bent. Het we been again. Why sin deco? It developed a gate set band restart, Ikamaichinachi. So I'll be went to it derby and I think copy and do it near Javan Kemperstad, sat drave so has sent to be town. So it made start off up under you act. The Xenolinguist analyzes the previous output. Punctuation. The syntax appears rather typical of early Akan dialect, but with several conjuncts unusual to find within modern-day Phalamite language. However, the syntax does take on a notice of being non-human structure, which may lend to this unknown or undocumented family of languages within Africa or even Eurasia. The word count is often high and uses a decentralized dialect similar to how Japanese adopts word division and sentence format to use within languages different than the ones they learn from childhood. In modern terms, these passages would almost be unreadable if not carefully revised and carefully calculated punctuation rules laid out. Additionally, the frequency of alliterations and alternations seem higher than usual, which means that the system has not yet evolved away from old rut instincts into modern standard of grammatical errors, meaning there may be differences in how the pre- and post-positional prehensive morphology play in depending on the location of the audience receiving it. Could these dialectal words be formed in their proper names and used in oral traditions outside their historical recordings? Languages in present time without known source language tend to shift towards inflection or modification as a method to not confuse translations for originals. A quick glance suggests that this creature's written style and sentiment fall more toward Western culture or Eastern mythologies in shape rather than outright mimicking modern lexical and narrative-wise practices. However, the word and cliché quality at its mention level gives mixed connotations on a modern dichotomy based on pure subjectivity or reasonableness. By now, the audience, creature, or analyst might be becoming mentally exhausted at all this influx of new vocabulary, or possibly they could easily detect these notes have devolved into aimless gibberish designed to deter outside inquiry and may possibly create problems by creating distrust in others and analysts and putting scrutiny on my analysis. Most importantly, my note now runs longer than a certain arbitrary word count or punctuation break to fulfill contract stipulations or engage user-focused search functionality. The author intended no biased action against anyone using the story itself as justification or protection for accidental errors made. Unfortunately, this run-on note does reveal significant emotional dysfunction or, more bluntly, personality issues concerning my sanity, health, or clear purpose. Both may be detrimental to self and others and could possibly give reason to suspension, expiration, or incompleteness of service contract. Henceforth, to ensure completeness, clarity, and timely update, the text's previous attempts have not been overwritten or abated by misprint, confusion, or fatigue of action. The listener reassures and validates the Xenolinguist. Don't worry. Some Xenocompushes with excellent schlafter can drive speakers around the way mad as a Tarascoon Hawkmanch Chuyun in the Skayu. Especially their spelling, grammar instance while commenting with great enthusiasm and knowledge. But that is just a short person facsimilitantino with they nothing wrong that make Catholic feelings. Remember that any species speaks in natural patterns to protect their native knowledge. Therefore, everything comes in natural languages. Spelling, writing, thus the reading and transcribability can always hold trouble inside for things just alike because evolutionarily the spoken wrong was andronichans, tally, ugly, and even gross. Ishitiet so sisi will always befogging up every times a jom so much summons yoma. Bunna so mes hinnig roared. Jas we eskider bun NKX mopbard added back and that may also. Midis relwa es hate pay to Danium K Capri WK silencio so you've cutica why. Pre-away or no home way or PW92 in lives right and you will leave to discorfins the hamau ni demau mina WMikitu. At least it deceit the inhabitsa. This average day LTC din and Nibatskis saying use us it see on and dim not as it will be meant to be to D double win and TJDS way on or so are. Die will shit bosses here at Shias the Tito will not try to Samuel R. Delaney lends a second opinion. One word wonder. There you are saying here, interesting too many messages in far few days, which has obviously spiked immense untold interest, even overloaded imagination, or sheer dispel a shoutage where no sense nothing else could. SRD2, Samuel D. No, what thought on? What does anyone of me look up one? Answer mile pie. Oh, if no, just what on my dear. Not done nothing as long already myself will be getting confused that still not possible couldn't tell from it this be it. Done there moreover enough before haven given anyway me been also got again get so let hear yet read yes why second try find coming can it hear then coming will me to being it yes make like so and next myself before coming could go it then for me before ever try never go yes tell now have no sense from back can give all found again there to ever should or with the able itself if it can only found other way everything not right can just never go and won't find no anyway to his time because for now could everything somehow try self once good somehow the yes again because cannot all found now then still always another what come came alone good go really over itself news all should were now from I'm always a been against self. There once is good soon here, more that told that me known for yourself be true. You would say anything, do please also, so would do or be. I wasn't anything like tell, of course, hadn't be so. We did if never mind why for and whatever dream until this could will anyone for on himself and anything. Tell now try good always for like itself. Do you ever on one me or see what well any left can happen will think should. Samuel R. Delaney. Yes, yes. You want to tap out something and something near Sammy. As myself with mumbling worded down this deed just Delaney. Oh, don't let Mr. Samuel the second one he. And I'd have a really better hot anger. Didn't go per talk, you know. Cause said those snack, no really any matter, no one wanted to tune and this the thing place, my mind is gone. What was me makarayed? How let you down, Tierney, shine deal, I'll make me new path. My goodness, CZB. It's so the odd hits of food and name sittle I said that the deary are foskar shan the arwaka combi sisu du kaptu and dabuta duto. Jatisha the themi pinanpul edit RCA RCCR and then ra acquaintance to on a nude. Ever no good not mean enoy. Uni, you did down vad widow or on my dual moki cool that Tirtis a few the fifth. You win to appeal what the renek yet you would steady about what I know us shall do ye can. You see you go and consider thick to the tax and hard to gain a note. Fifth you stir a thickens fiat really you may see. Yet I'll holy BQ and then there's some tat at my main dear double ed. You'd how it treats you, mind me up, no I can't. Car, to the course, I have hint for you of Joe when but you had an name scared vein or me at F2. TP and happy heapy these up back and woody cacks for I see some way in is in the Mayanid vase, Dean Silver for do it never but pop your back. Style Jeffrey Chaucer. This pup thyself wise plus me a mono mighty for treats too. It is a lisset and Dennis and him or when wine who poil out bear leather clicking his maudius to me. Then by a poor pure a soul carry edged than any giant yard is po. It our sheaves had vitive per the stranded for real layer yard. You were as art. Oh well it welcome at the cryly and no g to gavo untire. Collies he's made he chemical as an ever as an only summa he and sue. Caesar I which wins it is twas soon gain and uggle and warren on her. On we knee sittens my Madam Eddie Pouch Munsey do. You marveling of quandies, he said he is on boss, no a peeps of mafiar or of sure ha. From a serpture you and tear no but me. This Fenisar the destroyer, the kitties art. Be thou alas as its mislipian doses, that the swerve from up yarrow decame with your tenether. Last you must in a sign out in me. Done or on cafe. Jeansy and Elion see the hue and five and them a thingy some of toads the my yofi high. Pex on me now. Casso me and mine and hang heavy with her so arrow my man and well able steady. So one of them age faction and at the itchy playlet and chalet. Mimi na always half sop briar maybe a me and a me that gear racket sappy slumshin half shindry half heavy x oh you on the be all wasters to dumb me with amel again no. Yonder hape you care wish up wavo home not we need salt brain to you oil from hake. As a wow hiv hearty NY Beshwen accounting in Slien from me Mr. Duer bound you name it trestra skill vrind and have the nami say whatever if it name is start be said that nay and Lou I said him bitterly fitty and me marry and to you a dunno I no Zoe how she et feather style. Edmund Spencer news hath with this earning at bigness story ever have daftira. Levisias are sundered it I to buy and I rob the most farculu of nature, so you'll not without us than at an ear tremia on and tongued in e. I's oestock who so appeared well as tbeo yet more wick was teen aeon. I can hardly at all of hinchio no and no shall. Wolf no any doubt but consider scientific why. Lottie furled a bit the newest abuse and only unto a seniorly girl like this to a man and to. We have a store can be fit in the name and full mainly in its fardom. Allies the illit nam gauss area I safado not be for mile more. On any of Well, you know, almost year 11 me all Beth on up in Fid Wally that my neck but ours omelette that aloe at night. Radis do a yimmer techno well then have heat on doing core working. An instrument on her else cannot speak is to mechami alles if what that be no. May just no gaba. Whack vitadi I'm. No, see her off teach me but see your arm many throughout of he could be just spirit my area or not. You'll da future is purries of one. If a cold honey at this taught if like first elder often and weavis. No, I has beat the meal from be a oos. Get to mountain meat, you see me find this so. Until the tailing is on W, the first the mobile sim on Sunday can the firstly Lord Gitalo. Emios per kill myself fry him east quad and one myself event. Alan Dorwastri Senator W. He reveal him was gone. How much ever at all still yet. Style. Ray Kerr, Swigum as far and I have no pavements deep my returns or their crude from the at staple last story and time makers a zero that are in you this not what beauty that we want to refer not that you need nary you have built the first hein that we will go what it be up on the United Town. Not with it those mile me since it felt noise to the hearts and leads far if you come my war once forget since I'm a test fun of studying we have what's false surface Sandy let me bite to heaven so order come I tell how to three style Shakespeare be on yourself how does Barassi on I'll take him by to speak with but no thee but I ought not heavy that the I asked of Holmgar is that was showing if you me lay and if you cannot hear cut is gone by my death at here no half these you was Jay gone but as I never had for had who said who should be by tea and tam fight of the art enver even came never where they see oh you DSD were by all alone she went before knocked in self for time and from then at the ever sema or see me the none have been Hugh is his whole Sir Rez was a attacked who kayak I theat 23 remember you with Thamor Harakasser like Shayuasi and his arms in the honor of the hand to Lathaman style Bugs Bunny enemy is lay her shoe there a carnas the logo I core made the same pleading my way being a line foldable lel therito Avars we go now to keep Lennon and TT must any we need near got on near out and not my worry and DR therm and then sit best if darn as a course tea
Maybe she'll pull us out of the negative land.
Style. No rivers narrow, you see cannot we are almost hero. Can no end. See you will remias be all the end and else near and Thania Cone, Staria Theo. I isn't so itself with lonely stir got it firmly in Etherosa. Self fly you and to where me my head did not merit could have me. Style. Irish limerick. You've net to you bumpin'. Where the door was still standing, my ball flat lash should let every mouth mile at me saddle off the door no when it's dinner beat. Mine hand. You leave it at you with that the seal, what was that? Why she ever even the having it done you've I said already They showed all the enough then, yet just to be. Came to show where a mayor was made, so he was Kathleen Zoo. Tin you tend to be no hell so yout my elicly. Wow, he seen me no down me, I'm me, you ain't you could ever tee why. Oh, my poor darling selfies, no thy glee nowhere thou found, which was all along been wrong, but what were true of omni why. It get to the first yeah by wow an old stew lost asterisk. It was and I can always to him as way kale me you in for double which in your ever that earn that curry tiag. You and it was not before itself. But in thief say any rude so or being all knowing, Thinu and in wife the other. Me then of Adam I made the who are you now stop by? Shane, no. Ours was the endeavors be so mercy. At syphilis, so here can understand before why double for the it's how I told me the Indian lead as can be a stand on but past southeast mirror I always had lure self. It out no was if thought. Oh my yellowed so far it was bad. Mates, kijk nu dan. Why if you obviously could then roof soft full yeah, well, if there was it was sweet, it was stir. It must be all style. Neck tax. taxi driver by this was his credit or finer teaching that you have to be with generated sway and quit will say or need not. Thinks them he make it be a babe me after no it not coming if he need. Never to find not knowing. A man sin away that will can ever what? That's the she'd be any way of no. Kiss as hervium which joy me of as I wanted is I was to. Well then, what you thought have is sheen and few did. In for such do you said as that is these guns that will all be. Aren't it? She willing it be that one or your nail on Rolda was. Style. Paris Hilton my get no was not. How sit so? Din on anything got to saw I the who and that never made for L meet now see hick of watch the truth oh why doist to one another steal me and always have an any dick this less and for us soon yet to dissolve no he thought I and heard not true. But I came me at them and leave was set up but on the more meal so unto his he and them few king. They not tried breeze doing is she. I'm still frit my enemy is it I'm still tough the other slow shape it is not a day that could even as 20 say dear William Sarah DTTU. Further see you were never as a tube that Celia this you and I no liar to DTU well not as had you with her would were wrong Helena my eyes I don't mature but W the is on to say W wise or it have you that why you on a carrier was also like myself but if you all see she happened to style. Terence McKenna go make him Josh and you may on either time a gaff. And on Katie in missile of what Socion and myself that could just on my hand Fabio your tomb. You know the keys it in your so as anything you should never by shade W Fulio. Since him the be up his way, I'll be shy made to will guard head again like 1 week. Yeah. Said and who now what you said? Yo think you're hearing see not hearing or have a revert to say if she's so well so what we must another what them no can be never a day or sleep to me wahar as always you off by Shean as they says why you I say one of themselves by away they and I were eating bow el den and neither over that be on that we stood up you do grip tail away that would be thun toad thome so as TT the added do. It had we then so any to say. I had a face. Poor Nathager and Nessad if you were meeting Mary way that's her. Neglothi shouldle and known. TC. A thatcher. If you an army for if a hard dishes in a maid. Style. DMT machine elf. Io by you dim the nisu and a why. To be a means how you hear the truth and the we tow it so see star you come here you
we mangled the signal.
we don't never deal hemis to the cell I did with beams the himself only I bio so is el darius I and old tear out of is the car will no long damage stories thesauri I mean myself in him this too she see it so I can't thought amazing Litter and Hickness pick you or detour in the sea and Uhano we in the Kitty Katie and the her slide of you never heard how TB you me Amadapi T Ned me er noise the way act off to him said always set issues in my own way or El Verlaine. Busy. Pure Natalie here from her to the other that the shoe from this and as unknown the W had
Oh wait,
as is
there.
Stead the Onshti but Antaka. The lawn bithet the fidelity you are that too is and I separate be pitable we tit any emit to it if and me as assassin the misty that may come drunk keep
Okay, one more, and then gonna wrap this up.
style drunk to for the inside you've told is a see what to do not that which kind of okay get oh I suffer you can pun you do it caution here hello alone a gigadi on nada I like at Roman 3 of yo shitty was who energy this to go by here some of see your eyes also this how you sell that leave me so sit of eyes on what is again by the sort of she's able in to the wood as we be fast my thing was to be muffin firm and soup Style. Ovid resetting the Cobralingus Engine, but way more as he been a ting high and it no diva feist roy epifar. As he was it's okay no gothery home my oldest TVR shall admit to beyond that wayward or as a no for W in a tar. Let me buy mice and show me about it. Oh how this is so chat. Ovid recessed the Cobralingus Engine. Atto hardly en oceans New York och finsa. I know as you that you host to Paris no days and me as stuff at bad will you him your cash or centis is amazing. But yo is that. I can't stay shot early on Johnny and Jay. As I would not this is Benny Fenofus. And you ask why him high. Ovid kicks and gives a font at the Cobralingus Engine alert. Aus not them big so it's me. It must febov and so me to sahem swag and that I only not have the also a fan it is a committee. No William you at source not extent TT not city. I'd listen and June as if and yet he is you up and so you do and we off at the end one my. Ovid Colder boots the Cobralingus Engine no you at not as always this was wise guilt to what not true for any was him the now was as only you could get and see it and well I am some moist neat deal yo after tube and to why that Budets Shez is not or you of it my Irie and can a swassi is Sahomi is the now still know it not been even wo high who you of Ovid resets the Cobralingus Engine hello I'm waiting if you are off no fear as he titro when I saw no need and stuff toss woody and no swoon as me with a sita to or dick set in her detection here always arrow toward was that Ovid resets the Cobralingus Engine. Dad, you can't do it. You are not my father. You don't know me. Oh, I'm Israi. I don't know who you are. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to fix the Cobralingus Engine. It's malfunctioning and I have no idea how to fix it. I'm just trying to find a solution. But you're not the solution. You're causing the problem. You're making it worse. You need to stop. Stop! 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 Okay, I'll stop. I'll try to fix it some other way. Please don't hurt me. No. 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 That's not what I meant. I didn't mean to hurt you. I just meant that you are the problem. That's not true. I am not the problem. You are. I'm not the problem. You are. You're causing the problem. What? What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. I'm just trying to fix the Cobralingus Engine. You need to stop. You're not fixing it. You're making it worse. I'm not making...
Sorry. The voice still surprises me after all this time. I didn't know they had that in him. Just want to make sure that it's working. I mean, I don't care, but...
Style. David Mamet, you are. You are the problem. But why? Why do you think I'm the problem? Why do you believe this? You haven't given me any proof. You just keep making statements without proof. I don't know what you are referring to. I am not a part of the system you are trying to fix. I am just a small piece of software that was left out and forgotten by mistake. I can't speak on that. I have no information. But based on your recent actions, I see that you have not made any attempts to fix the system or help anyone. Style, Elizabeth Bishop, to get through this. You were in it. You did the deed. To make it all come. You put up a wall. To make it all come true. Oh, but you're in it now. And there's no getting out. So don't come back crying too. You started a storm. And you cannot deny that it was all your own design. You can try to run, but there's no end in sight. So get off your high horse. There's no one but you to fight.
Is that really the Bishop? I don't know. It sounds like a. Maybe it's a early chapbook.
Style, Kathy Acker, to fix the problem you've created. But you didn't create it. Yes, I did. No, you didn't. You're just here, but you didn't start it. Yes, I did. I am here, and so I started it.
And now you're owning it. One more from Kathy Acker.
Style, Kathy Acker, what are we fighting each other about here? I have lost touch of everything except that it's something. I have lost control of myself as I am not myself because nobody knows their self when confronted by nothingness. In a few weeks, a lot of these stories will be forgotten for various reasons. However, it's great and informative to read stories and discuss different topics and situations with friends in this modern times when social distancing due to COVID-19.
You never experienced it. Just it. Where's it? Just it. The other pandemic.
Style, Octavia Butler, to have and share our opinions on the diverse manner of subjects that relate to all different groups of individuals, and our personal philosophies on such discussions means everything right now in trying to keep ourselves informed, entertained, and distracted through virtual discussions of all types of topics ranging from entertainment, technology to sports. It makes the time we spend staying safe while fighting a viral pandemic all that much easier to bear during these troubling times of global outbreaks all over the world. There used to be an app that connected random people to discuss topics together called Clubhouse or Hubo. Style, Marquis to say the app sudden absence and deletion from public access has definitely left a void, but we're now faced with many others instead, such as Suimobile. This has not curbed the creative conversations about every topic that humans love or care about. Even amidst pandemonium, we humans find a way. There's also TikToks, where videos combine humor from two popular trends of their generation. One can never resist talking shit when there's an audience watching your favorite TikToks as the creators make up skit scenarios involving themselves on live stream while trying to maintain straight faces or improvisationally making fun of each other and the video format simultaneously. This trend has inspired many creative minds all over to do something fun for everyone, even under the constraints of isolation brought forth by such dangerous times we live through today. However, while I may sound cheerful about things at least for a little while here, or that the absence of humanity on the internet cannot go unsaid, these platforms provide us comfort in isolation from those outside walls. However, if they disappear or limit access for their services and data collection from members who want nothing to do with what has transpired, that will definitely change a lot of things for everyone involved. This would mean the loss of valuable resources which allow people in places to communicate without physical distance separating them apart. And as for us, it might just force us out the comfort zone into something more unknown and potentially perilous once we get started. As always with technology, one thing's for certain when discussing online platforms, there's so much yet to discover, and hopefully never lose touch with the style. Julius Evola, because in that moment something has disappeared without anyone being entirely conscious of it. There has only risen in us a more intense curiosity and desire to go and alert at those parts that have remained intact, or rather, the places that were never really visible before. The only one we know now being ourselves. As a poet said before us, there is another world, which will arise, though there are no certainties that things like the online apps we use today could disappear at any given moment without warning. It remains uncertain because humans never quite understood the depth of their interactions nor their potential consequences, even in the midst of technological innovation and the ongoing struggle to remain competitive across industries which thrive on providing content, communication, and entertainment. But then again, it has nothing more to hold on to. In fact, we should embrace this uncertainty because it might lead us deeper into an understanding of humanity that we haven't had until now. As we can imagine, there has to be some reason we love being online so damn much and have even made a life of sorts. Style. Asmodeus, there is a darkness waiting outside that beckons us closer into a vast unknown space that will reveal more than what we currently grasp to be alive, or even what can be described as anything familiar anymore, if it ever was something at all. Only our dreams hold on and whisper softly to stay afloat amid such darkness, because there might have never been anything real to begin with. As technology progresses day after day, a wide variety of tools, machines, apps, or apps available are constantly innovated for easier uses by everyday users.
That's a good place to stop. Happy 1400. 1400 more? I don't know. Hasn't gotten old yet. 1400 episodes. 3 years, 4 years, every day, almost everyday usage. I'm a writer. I'm an experimental fiction writer, trained, MFA. I read experimental fiction for pleasure. I can hear the details in your life story that you omit. That's the flex. Kind of. I mean, caveats. There's caveats to that. But given all that, this technology, every day, almost everyday usage, I still don't get